Start off with team news for Saturday. How are we looking injury-wise?
No, it's no new concerns anyway. Dorian Dervitt is obviously going to be suspended after red card, so it's not any of the long-term injuries that's going to come back either. So we just have to get on with it, and try to finish the season on a high by obviously winning the last game. So that's where we are right now.
Good chance again to continue the good home form as well. It's been really good.
Yeah, at home we've been good. We've been playing well, and we haven't obviously had too many bad performances. Obviously it's been other issues, away from home. But it would be nice, obviously, to give supporters something, to at least finish the season with 3 points, because it's been a disappointing season, and we're not really happy, obviously, that we haven't progressed more. But it starts from day one, in pre-season after the summer, but we have to improve in a lot of areas, and obviously we hope to freshen up the squad and get a few new bodies in as well.
Is that how you assess it, the season? Largely disappointing because it was so good sort of when you first came in, and then it's kind of tailed off a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, you have to do, because you always try to set your standards high, and sure, we were in a very poor position when we first came in, with Neil and myself and Gary, and obviously the first target was to make sure we obviously got out of the relegation zone, and which we did quite quickly, and we had a really good run. But after that, after Christmas, we hit the brick wall, down to injuries, down to bad form, and took a few bad performances. So we always aim high, and next season we want to be obviously be around the playoff positions, and we know we have a lot of work to do, hard work to do, in all areas. It comes to fitness, physicality, the football, and obviously trying to get players in with good ability as well.
I guess the planning for next season is already well in advance, but
oh yeah. I mean, we knew when we first got the job that it would be hard, obviously, to challenge this season, because like I said before, the first objective was to get out of the relegation zone. But then we had a really good run for a while, so you were hoping maybe that we would at least end up mid-table. But we're not here to work for Bolton and make Bolton, a team that's going to be sitting in the lower half of the championship.
In terms of planning for next season, is there any update on the contract situations of people?
No, not really. That's obviously an issue for the manager to discuss. It's ongoing talks, like always, and we have to wait and see, who's going to be here and who's not going to be here.
In terms of the loanees, obviously possibly last game for people like Lafondra and Barry Bannon, are you pleased with the impact they've had?
Yeah, they've helped out. We had to get them in, down to injuries. Alf has always been a proven goal scorer, at this level, and Barry is a very good player as well, good on the ball and so on. They really helped us, and we have to wait and see, obviously, if we have a chance to get him on board or not, and that's obviously down to the financial situation.
And in terms of Birmingham, sort of, I guess, a similar season to yourself, struggled to start with and then picked it up and kind of safely in the middle of the pack now. Yeah,
they've done great, when Gary Rowett came in, he's done a fantastic job, and we look forward to obviously play them now on Saturday, which should be an open game, because the pressure's off, and players should be able to express themselves, and try to finish the season, on a good note.
And just finally from me, in terms of next week, I guess people think end of the season, that's it, but you finding out contracted players, and I guess it's a never-ending process. What will the next few weeks be like for you and the team?
No, but I've always been brought up to it's no needless games. Every game is important, and if you don't go out on the pitch with the desire to play well and get 3 points and get a win, for your team, there's something wrong with you. So sure, it's going to be important, but every game since we got safe, has been important, for us to see how they react and if they can do certain things on the pitch.
I guess with perhaps not as much on the line with these games, you find out a lot about the characters of the players as well, sort of, who's kind of showed up, kind of thing.
Sure, it's when the pressure's off, it's probably easier, to go out and play, but obviously we want to have big characters in this team, and it's going to be important going forward that we get characters in as well, because without them it's always going to be hard to be successful.
Looking at Bolton, last time you met them, it was yourself and the manager's first game in charge.
Yeah, true.
Fitting that it's come full circle, really. Last game of the season.
Yeah, that was an important win for us. Well, I remember we didn't play, particularly well, really, but we got an important goal from Matt Mills from a corner, and obviously it was a perfect start for us. And straight after that, we didn't get off and started winning games straight away, because we obviously were struggling away from home. But it was a good start anyway, and it was good for the players at that time to get some confidence, because that was obviously the first thing we saw when we got in the door, that the players were struggling, badly with confidence, and which is, understandable when you are, rock bottom at the time, But since then, obviously, it's at least we're safe, but it's still been a disappointing season.
So you say it's been a disappointing season. What can you take from this season into next season, and what would you like to see improved on?
More or less everything. No, but it's no hiding place. I can't sit here and try to obviously disguise that it's been obviously flaws in the team. We know that we need to. For example, the last game against Bolton shows really the difference. That's actually where we want to be next season, and it shows that we need to obviously put in a lot of work to get there. To get a wee bit quicker, half yard quicker, to react quicker, to be able to run more and be strong, and obviously defend better, and ultimately score goals as well. So it's a full package, but the only defense we have, obviously, we came in, after 11 games, and it's obviously hard to change too much, even if 11 games is nothing, when you still have, 30 plus games to work until the end of the season. So, but you still now, we should be judged what's going to happen from obviously this season coming now, but we obviously having a chance to build a team that we can obviously stand behind and say this is our team. If we not do well enough, then just blame us.
You've mentioned you aspire to Bournemouth's position, really, what they've achieved this season. Is that something that it's a realistic target for next year? How much work do you have to put in on the training pitch to get to that, or is that it'll take a few new boys to come in?
It's a combination. A lot of work on the training ground, a lot of hard work. It's a great challenge, but hopefully with a few new bodies as well. Sure, we have to recruit smart and try to obviously get players with ability, with character that obviously is going to suit the way we want to play. Sure, we know it's financial restraints there, but you can't just go to a corner and sit there and cry. You just have to work with it, and we've always been used to work for winning teams, so we're not going to change that scenario and that mentality. So it's a big challenge, but we're ready to rock and roll. You've
mentioned those financial constraints as well. This year's seen a few emerging young players come through. Is that the plan as well for next season? Or?
But that's probably the biggest positive note if we're discussing this season, is there's been a few young players coming in and been blooded and getting some both confidence and experience by playing for the first team, and they've done really well as well, which shows the manager he's never ever going to stop a young player coming through. If they're good enough, they get in straight into the team.
And finally, final home game of the season. Obviously, it has been a disappointing season for the fans. How eager are the players to give them a good send-off and say thanks for putting up?
They have to be, and they should be, because support is always going to be so important, and they've been really good to us. Sure, at home we've been playing quite well and getting a lot of points, and there's been some good performances there. But overall, like I said, and we all agree on that, it's been a disappointing season for the supporters as well. So I think it's always going to be important, from a mental note, for the players to show desire for the supporters and try to get the 3 points and get a win for them. At least then we can start looking forward to the next season.